Welcome to this introduction to Cognotik. Cognotik is a task-focused AI platform built for developers and for anyone who wants to get things done. It's free, open source, multi-vendor, and it can run either locally or in the cloud. This is AI built for users who want to do tasks, not tasks that want to become users. I want to take a moment to distinguish Cognotik from most of the AI tools you'll find out there. Most AI products today are venture-funded, which means they're designed around the investor's idea of what the product should be. That generally means three things. They're designed for market capture, which literally means locking you into their service and their chosen vendors. They monetize your data, either by training it on, as the saying goes, you are the product. And their end goal is to replace workers. They make no secret about it. We're already seeing the transition from subsidized pricing to usage-based pricing now that the market has been locked in. Cognotik is trying to be something very different. It's built to do tasks, not to replace users. The goal is to amplify your skills for real-world problems. There's no data extraction. You can run it locally or on the hosted service with full control over your data. It's multi-vendor by design. Use any provider you want, and if a vendor isn't supported, you can add it yourself under the Apache 2.0 license. So enough positioning. What is Cognotik? Cognotik is a platform for tools. It provides a unified execution engine, a server that manages storage, execution, and access to LLM APIs, and a collection of applications, each one focused on a single bounded task. Each application provides a structured AI-powered workflow mediated by a custom user interface, not an open-ended chat. That's the key distinction. This is a structured UI over an AI, not a chat-first interface with a library of / commands bolted on. I want to emphasize that this is not a blitzscaler venture-funded project. I built this myself. The project actually began before ChatGPT was released, using the original Da Vinci models as a JetBrains plugin to automate my own development work. There's no team and no outside funding, just what I've put into it. Until very recently, it existed primarily to solve my own problems. A fun note, this presentation itself was created by and is hosted on Cognotik. I'll show you that in a moment. Cognotik is for people who want to get work done. The applications are designed for clarity and repeatable productivity. Tools should be repeatable. You should know what they're going to do and be able to do it again when you want to. Each app has a specific goal and a specific scope. Importantly, applications aren't designed for AI experts. They're designed for the audience appropriate to the task. For example, there's a Choose Your Own Adventure app I built at my child's request, and it's become a neighborhood favorite. Of course, always supervise your children when they're playing with AI. Cognotik is also built for slightly more technical users who want to extend it. Most applications are really just HTML, JavaScript, and a few markdown files for prompting. You can clone the project with Git, customize any application, or build your own. The AI pipelines are essentially written in Markdown using a documented library of task types. You can download the entire thing, audit the source, and control the runtime. Use Amazon Bedrock, any other API, or local models. Your data is never used by me for training. The whole thing is open source under Apache 2.0. If you just want a chatbot, there's nothing wrong with that, but there are plenty of chatbots out there, and I am not going to try to build another one. And if you want a subsidized service, somewhere you can pay $10 and get $100 of API usage, this isn't it. There are no subscriptions. Other than that, everyone is welcome. In the remainder of this presentation, I'll walk through the main website and give a tour of the core features, then run through one demo application end to end. It won't demonstrate every application. Automated demos of each are available right on the main page, and I'll show you where to find them. And as I mentioned, this presentation itself is a Cognotik artifact. So let me actually show you that. I'll exit kiosk mode, and we'll go look at the session that produced it. Here we are on hosted.cognotik.com. And what you're looking at right now is actually the Cognotik session that produced the presentation you just watched. This is the presentation generator application. You can see the inputs I provided, the raw content and some configuration, and here's the generated outputs. A few things worth noting about this. It's not a one-shot generation. These applications generally use an iterative process with review steps. Feedback can be automatic, but it can also be manually supplemented or generated. You stay in the loop. These workflows are almost never fully autonomous. They're designed for human review, and that's where you get the most out of them. This is also a typical Cognotik application layout. Multiple input fields, structured options, and a clear sequence of steps. There is no open-ended chat box waiting for you to figure out what to type. Let's head back to the main page. This is the main entry point. Here you can browse or search every available application. Let me search for presentation. And there's the presentation generator we just used. If I click into it, you can see the application has its own details page, which includes a preview video showing exactly what the app does. These demo videos are automatically generated and regularly regenerated. A list of public example sessions that other users have shared so that you can see real outputs before running it yourself, and a button to launch the session directly. Every application has a page like this, and it's a good way to share an individual app with someone else. The user menu contains just one setting: collect session data. This defaults to off. It's strictly opt-in. Most users will have no reason to enable it, but if you want to see what the AI is doing under the hood, exactly what the LLM sees as input and produces as output, you can turn this on. The data collected here is purely for your benefit. It's not used for training, analytics, or anything else on my side. It shows your current usage and your remaining budget. Because this is pay-as-you-go, you load it up with credits before spending them. The upside, no subscription fee, and your credits don't expire. Below is a per model and per day cost breakdown, and there are also tabs to buy credits or send credit gifts to somebody else. The Sessions tab can take a moment to load if you're a heavy user, lists every application you've ever done, and token costs for each. Clicking into a session shows you a lot of detail. Every subsession, each one is a single task that the application executed and how these break down. A share action that generates a public link, a delete action, and a detailed usage view. This is where the opt-in data collection pays off. If you enable it, the detailed usage view shows you the exact LLM input and output for each task. That gives you a very accurate picture of how the application is actually thinking. Only you can see this. Only you can see this. You may have noticed each page has a theme, and that theme follows you across the site. Once you set it, it stays consistent. But don't be confused, the applications themselves have completely distinct user interfaces by design. When you launch an app, you won't see a Cognotik menu bar or the shared color scheme. Each application is intended to feel like its own application. Let me show you one application in action. Interactive Stories. This is the Choose Your Own Adventure app I mentioned earlier, one of my favorites and a neighborhood favorite among the kids. When you launch a session, you select your models. I do plan to make this easier with sensible defaults, but for now, the key things to know are that Gemini Flash is a good general model. I use Gemini Flash 3.5 currently. You do need a dedicated image model. Look for one that says image. And for audio, use 11 Labs. We will support other audio providers in the future. Notice how the experience is structured. You're picking from clear choices, not prompting the chatbot. The AI is doing the heavy lifting underneath, but the interface is designed around the task.
The dawn of Kadesh. The golden light of Ra filters through the heavy linen of your royal pavilion, painting the dust motes in shades of molten bronze. You awaken not as a mere man, but as the living Horus, the beloved of Amun, Pharaoh Ramesses II. Today is the day that will define your legacy. Outside, the vast encampment of the Egyptian army stirs near the banks of the Orontes River. The Hittite Empire, led by King Muwatalli II, lies somewhere beyond the horizon, shrouded in deception and dust. Your heart beats with the weight of an empire. The division of Amun is eager but weary from the long march. The scouts whisper of conflicting reports, and the high priests urge you to seek the counsel of the gods before drawing your sword. The crown of Upper and Lower Egypt rests on its stand, catching the morning light. How will you begin this fateful day? To walk among the soldiers of the division of Amun, rallying their spirits with your divine presence and ensuring their battle readiness, choose option A. To retire to the inner sanctuary of your pavilion to perform the sacred rites to Amun-Ra, seeking divine guidance and a vision of victory, choose option B. Or to summon your chief scouts and generals to dissect the latest intelligence reports regarding the Hittite army's true position, choose option C.
Notice how the experience is structured. You're picking from clear choices, not prompting a chatbot. The AI is doing heavy lifting underneath, but the interface is designed around the task. I want to end with a quick contrast. On one side, a typical Cognotik app. Buttons, multiple text fields, clear structure, a clear workflow. On the other side, today's mainstream offerings. This is Google's, but Claude and OpenAI's agents look largely the same. They're still fundamentally a chat. They've added slash commands to give users a bit more agency. If you type a slash, you can pick a command and then write a prompt. That's useful for a lot of things, and it's a clean, familiar interface. But I wanted to build something genuinely different. Cognotik is a bet that structured tools, not chat, are the right shape for a lot of work. If that resonates with you, I hope you'll try it out. Thanks for watching.